Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to Umineko. Here's hoping for better stopping points this time. We left off midway through the battle of goats. Goats getting shot with guns. And people punching goats. And I think there was a goat that got kicked in there. Goats. Lots of goats. Now we have Maria.
そうだね。確かにマリアたちは死んでいるかもしれない。でもね、だからって誰にもマリアたちのことを批判することはできない。マリアとママの愛は誰にも否定できないんだもの。
Maria smiled, showing her teeth, and performed her job without even looking at her hands. Then she tossed the fully loaded rifle straight up into the air.
来なさい。
Rosa, who stood back to back with Maria, caught it without turning around. No, that wasn't quite right. Maria had passed the gun to her mother perfectly without even looking back. Rosa's head was pointed at the ground as she stroked the frigid trigger with her index finger.
私とマリアの愛を疑うやつは前へ出なさいよ。
The crowd of goats. Cowed? By Rosa's ferocity, didn't get any closer to her.
じゃあ、私が否定してあげます。浮気性のあんたはいつだって男のところを遊び歩いてマリアを一人ぼっちにしてました。
マリアの日記にはそんなこと一言も書いてないもん。
あんたが一番知っているでしょうが。ローザはあんたを愛してなんて
That's
いない。
okay, I'm delusional.
産んだことさえ後悔してるクソったれな母親じゃないですか。
Erika was peering at the unfeeling moon, the taste of metal in her mouth. For a moment, she didn't realize what was happening. Was that cold feeling on her back the ground? Huh? Why am I lying down? And wasn't the moon full? Why isn't it now? Come to think of it, my teeth hurt. There's something cold and hard. Then she figured it out. She was lying sprawled on the ground, with a gun barrel shoved in her mouth. And the thing splitting the moon was the angry king of wolves protecting its child. The gun barrel exploded inside her mouth, shattering her medulla oblongata. Just specifically that. But it was only her after image.
恐ろしい女です。こいつ本当に人間。
Erika, who escaped death at the last moment by leaving an after image, found a metallic flash right before her eyes, which had been there even before she reappeared. The fountain pen went right through Erika's eye, crushing it. Of course, that was another after image. However, when Erika escaped and reappeared somewhere else, a heal was already waiting there for her. From the goat's perspective, several after images of Erika seemed to be appearing at once, all of which were pierced by Rosa at the same time. Oh, she's not serious yet. I see.
ママは強いんだよ。
And so, Erika couldn't reappear anymore. At the very least, not within Rosa's range of attack. Erika put a lot of distance between her and Rosa, reappearing in midair.
こいつら何なんですか。わけがわからない。
Erika's animal instincts made her turn her head slightly to the side just in time. Where her head used to be, there was an odd shower of sparks. It wasn't magic. It was a real physical phenomenon caused by lead smashing against lead. To think that two bullets shot from different angles could have flown with impossible precision at where her head once was, so that both of them hit and bounced off of each other like billiard balls.
あら、惜しい。
悪いね。俺たちの趣味は親玉狙いだ。
I'm a big fan of the strategy too.
私たちクレイは得意よ。あまりのんびりお空を飛ばない方がいいんじゃないかしら。
The two of them spun their rifles in exactly the same way, loading them in a way that, or at the same time, reloading them in a way that put old westerns to shame. Then pointed them back at where Erika was in the sky. Once again, their accurate shots plunged through the forehead of Erika's afterimage, bouncing off each other like billiard balls with a shower of sparks. This time, Erika appeared far behind them. She had to admit it. She had been forced to escape to a place outside the range of those guns fired by humans. Then the light from the moon was blocked. The place that she had fled to so rapidly exploded, sending chunks of rubble flying. A massive longsword had been plunged into the ground. It was Dolinor's sword.
私のお友達じゃありませんか。
She had dodged by a hair, but this bulky, brutal longsword is more of a cannonball shaped like a sword than something for cutting with. Even though she dodged it, the blast of air pressure made her eardrums throb. Dolinor was serious. She seriously intended to smash Erika to bits.
どうしたんです？怖い。もう少し可愛い顔ができればいいのに。
楽しいですか？人の夢や幻想を打ち壊すのは。
楽しいに決まってるじゃないですか。それこそが知的蹂躙の醍醐味でしょうが。
あなたは邪悪な人です。しかしそれでも同情できる邪悪だと信じていました。
あんたに同情を頼んだ覚えはありませんが。
あなたを直ちに切り伏せなかったこと、それが今日を招いた私の罪です。
Dolinor's hair bristled with rage. Seeing this expression on the one she had once called a friend, pinned Erika to the spot.
我が友よ、痛みさえ分からぬうちに私があなたを解放しましょう。あなたがこれ以上の罪を背負わぬようにです。
Seem to be enjoying that a little bit more than you should. The force of anger that welled from Dolinor's whole body struck Erika. Or rather, the swirl of blasting air from Dolinor's massive longsword sent her flying. The cannonball with a blade repeatedly cracked the ground just after Erika left away. So it almost looked as though Erika was jumping backwards, smashing the earth beneath her with each jump.
我が友よ、眠れ。奴らが
The great longsword split the air again, pulverizing the ground. However, this time, Erika was nowhere to be seen. Where did she escape to? This time, Erika had broken the barrier of the Golden Land and landed on a ship whose bow was barely in sight. Practically speaking, she had run away. Fully aware of this, Erika howled, her face contorted with humiliation. Her shoulders heaved with her breathing, and she had even forgotten to fix her hair. The scythe fell from her hand and landed with a clank to the floor. That sound brought her back to her senses.
誰ヤギども、何をぼさっと見てやがんです。肛門開け。
断種 概念否定炸裂弾無標準無感染射撃ぶちかませ
The warships that had flown into the Golden Land opened their gun ports one after another. Then they all fired at once in a scattered mess of cannonballs. The hundreds of explosive rounds they fired would negate the concept of anything or person they touched, smash them into little bits and set them ablaze with flames. The battlefield full of writhing goats became a fiery hell. Or fiery, might be the word. A cannonball smashed the arbor. It got red. The once beautiful garden maze was burned down bit by bit, and the fleeing gold butterflies were wrapped in flames, burning into nothingness like little scraps of paper. This was no longer a battlefield where two sides fought for victory. It was just a confused, hellish pot. The Golden Land was being torn apart. The once beautiful rose garden was filled with explosion craters, and its rose petals were scattered about without pity. Flying bits of flesh, blood, fangs, jaws, shrieks and half-crazed screams. And even amidst this hellish whirl, the goats and the dead continued to fight. As seen from atop the boats, this was, without a doubt, hell. When Erika yelled, the goats on the boats ran around frantically. And one by one, massive anchors hanging by chains were thrown from the ship's bows into the earth below. Those anchors smashed not only the ground, but the bottom of the Golden Land itself, digging in with their wedge-shaped tips.
Erika! おや、ベアトリーチェさん。何しろこの大混戦。あなたを見つけられず、途方に暮れておりました。
Beatrice landed on the front tip of the warship, facing off against Erika, who stood on the bow.
貴様は許さぬ。この場でわらわが討ち取ってくれるわ。
Vito jabbed with her pipe. It transformed into a beautifully intricate, long and golden sword.
いいでしょう。望むところです。決着をつけましょう。
Erika threw her scythe up into the air. When it returned to her hand, it became a sword similar to Vito's. The nearby goats crowded around Erika, trying to support her.
手出し無用です。それよりお前たちは怒りの巻き上げを黄金鏡を根元から引き裂いて粉々にしてしまいなさい。
Aye, aye, sir. The goats bowed and rushed to their posts. Several dozen ships had lowered their anchors, digging into the base of the Golden Land. Soon they were going to pull them up and try to tear the Golden Land to pieces.
エリカ！貴様に我が最後の決闘の名誉くれてやる！
The honor of these beautiful eyes. Vito raised her sword, bowed in the ancient fashion, and waited for her dual opponent. Erika kicked off her shoes violently and slowly walked up to the tip of the boat barefoot. Then, in accordance with Vito's rules, she bowed back. A duel on the prow of a ship that pierced the sky. Below, the crowd of goats was being blasted away by the indiscriminate cannonballs, burned up and crushed in the panorama of this world's end. By now it would be stupid to wonder whether anyone from the Yoshiramiya family was still alright. Yes, it truly was the end of this world. The end of the Golden Land. Ground to dust, filled with flames. The Golden Rose Garden was burning spectacularly, with bits of flame and golden splashes flying about. The ground creaked as fissures ran through it, through the base of the Golden Land. All of the ships started pulling up their anchors at once. Crowds of strong goats used all of their monster strength to lift them. The anchors that dug into the Golden Land's base spread cracks throughout the entire Golden Land. Not just the ground, but the air itself was filled with cracks, and shards of gold fell down everywhere. The Golden Land's end was adorned with the flames of hell and streaking gold fragments, with fiery red and ephemeral gold. Atop the boat's prow, Vito and Erika looked down on this, their swords crossed and sparks flying between them.
すごい光景じゃないですか。ふさわしいと思いませんか。あんたの物語の終章に。
黄金鏡は終わるだろう。わらわも果てるだろう。だが我らが確かにここにあった事実は誰にも消せぬ。エンジェは至った。未来の魔女は使命と希望を持ちもうじき旅立つだろう。すでに我らは成し遂げている。あいにくだなフルドエリカ。この戦すでにわらわたちが勝利しているわ。
A duel between the master of the illusion called the Golden Land and the witch who controlled the truth. The earth split behind them. The Golden Land was torn up. The cat box known as the Golden Land was ripped apart, and the nothingness below peeked out through the cracks. A scrambling crowd of goats fell through the gaps and were swallowed by the sea of nothingness. Vito's friends were among them. They helped each other, lent a hand to each other, unwilling to sacrifice anyone until the final moment. Still, what a romantic and fragile illusion is the end of the world. The ground shattered and sank. It fell apart into the ocean of nothingness. None could survive. None could be saved. This was destruction. As the friends fell into the sea of nothingness, they looked up one last time and prayed. They prayed that the master of the Golden Land would leave proof that the Golden Land had indeed existed. However, Vito didn't look down at them. They wouldn't have wanted her to.
こここそは無限と黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェ。ここにあり。我らは知れどそれは敗北にあらず。そなたが生き証人となれ。その胸にわらわの切っ先にて我らの証刻みつけてくれようぞ。
さようならベアトリーチェ。このクソったれな無限ゲームもこれでおしまいです。地獄へ落ちろこの幻が。
Alright, I know it's short, but I'm going to take that as a cue that this is time to stop. And it'll work well considering that I'm going to be gone for a couple days, so I need to limit the amount of video I'm doing, if possible, just to limit how much work I'm going to have to do. But I'm going to record one more after this, and that will be for next time. I'm probably doing the same as last time, so in about 3 days or so. So, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time for some more Umineko. Bye!